How are you? You good? Are you well? I hope you're well. It's alright if you're not.
How are you? You good? Are you well?
Now, time for a bit of meditation. Whoops. Still getting all the multi-streaming things sorted out. So, right, it's not a class, it's just a chance to meditate together. I meditate throughout the day. This is just the one I do on Facebook, Instagram and YouTube. So if you're familiar with meditation, that's great. But if you could just hang on for a minute while I explain what I do, just for the benefit of people who are new to meditation. Because meditation is a funny thing. It's talked about a lot, it's written about a lot, and yet people still kind of say to me quietly, somewhat embarrassedly, what do you actually do? So, there's lots of different styles of meditation. This is just what I do. And for me it starts with why I would meditate, because I am trying to connect with the part of me that I connect to every night when I'm asleep. Not the dreaming bit, the bit after dreaming. So dreaming, then deep, drop out at the bottom of dreaming into deep dreamless sleep, where I have no thoughts, no memories of being there, no body, I've got nothing. I cease to exist in the way that I normally register my existence, which sounds terrible. It sounds like death. And yet I love going to sleep. And when I wake up in the morning, I feel refreshed. So there's something good about that place. And that's what I want to connect with, that place. But I just want to do it consciously. That's the intention of my meditation, is to connect with that place consciously. So for some reason my mind can't seem to get there. As I say, I've got no memory of that place, got no thoughts of being there, and yet my mind just can't seem to. I have to kind of part the curtains of my mind to get there. So I make a little arrangement with my mind where I say, look, I want to meditate for the next 15 minutes. Can you just not think maybe for the next 15 minutes? And my mind at this stage, wasn't always the case, but it is now, is very enthusiastic about it. And it's like, yep, great, no problem, meditation, yeah, I know the drill. I've read lots about meditation, I've got lots of ideas about meditation, lots of concepts. So yeah, let's do that. So that's good. And then to actually stop thinking, that's not hard, because it's not hard to stop. It's not that it's a different thing to maintain it, but to stop is easy, because regardless of what triggers thoughts, thoughts themselves are just made up of pictures and sounds. So if I turn off the pictures and I turn off the sounds, that's it, I'm not thinking. So that's great. And then as soon as I do that, I begin the practice of meditation. And the practice of meditation runs parallel with my intention. My intention is to go to this calm, peaceful, beautiful, blissful, possibly eternal place. The practice of meditation goes something like, stop thinking, so I turn off the pictures, turn off the sound. A little bit of time passes and I discover that I'm thinking again. And then I go, thinking again, so I turn off the pictures and I turn off the sound. I bring myself back to not thinking. Then a little bit of time passes and I discover that I'm thinking again. I go, I'm okay, turn off the pictures, turn off the sound. A little bit more time passes, I discover I'm thinking again. Turn off the pictures, turn off the sound. And that's it. We're continually repeating to bring myself back to not thinking. Whenever I discover I'm thinking, I don't have any emotion about it, I don't start getting annoyed about it, I just keep bringing myself back to not thinking. That's the practice of meditation. And it runs parallel. And I've had people say things to me like, I'm not very good at meditation, I think I have a very busy mind, I think a lot, and it just doesn't suit me. Which is kind of sad, because nobody's mind is any more busy than anybody else's. It just comes from not knowing that these two things go together. Or reading about meditation as being this still, calm, beautiful, zen-like place, and getting the idea that you're supposed to be in that calm, beautiful, blissful, peaceful state for 15 minutes straight, which isn't my experience at all, and I've been meditating for many, many years. So if you find you're thinking, that's fine. Just bring yourself back to not thinking. Every time you discover you're thinking, just bring yourself back. That's fine. So if you're thinking a lot during your meditation, that's fine, you're doing grand. Now, while that's all going on, I'm also letting go of tension in my body. And I have a system for that because it's too vague when I have my eyes closed. It's too vague in there without a system. So I scan my body from my head down to my feet and back up again very gently, and anywhere I find tension I let it go, and I use my out breath to let the tension go, because it's natural. It just feels like a natural thing to do, to just let it go. And it's also a good way to remember to breathe, because it's easy to forget to breathe or hold your breath in meditation. So using the out breath to let the tension go, it's just a good way of doing that. Also, as I'm scanning up and down, I'm paying particular attention to anywhere in my body, any structures in my body that go across my body. Mostly my body runs head to toe, but anywhere that goes across has a tendency to accumulate tension, much the same way a log going across a stream would. It would pick up all the twigs and all the leaves and all that sort of stuff. Structures that go across my body have a tendency to accumulate tension in the same way. So I pay particular attention to my eyes, my mouth and jaw and my tongue, the base of my neck, my shoulder girdle, all my joints, they're all going across as well. Shoulders, elbows, wrists, hands. I'm checking my heart area, my respiratory diaphragm, all my intestines, my pelvic floor, my hips, my knees, my ankles and my toes. If you're new to meditation, having a quiet room is really helpful, that you're not going to be disturbed in. One of the things that triggers thoughts are little noises. So if you have a quiet room, you have less chance of that happening. Sit up when you're doing it. Don't try and lie down, because if you lie down, your body will think, I'm lying down, my eyes are closed, it's time for sleep, isn't it? So you'll either fall asleep, well, there's nothing wrong with falling asleep, but meditation is about going into this mysterious place consciously, not unconsciously. So falling asleep when you intend to meditate is not really, you're kind of contradicting yourself. So if you don't fall asleep, you'll battle sleep, which is just as distracting as somebody coming into the room all the time. So sit up. You don't have to be in a lotus position or anything like that, but just sit up straight. I just sit in a chair. I set a timer for how long I meditate for, because it's just one less thing for me to think about. So I'm trying to help my mind out, have less things to think about. I'm going to set my timer for 15 minutes, but if you're new to meditation, maybe set it for 5 minutes and repeat that 3 times, because 15 minutes is a long time if you're not used to it. Okay, so if there are no questions, just let me check if there are questions on Facebook. No, there are not. Good. And on Instagram. Okay, off we go then. Yeah, that didn't start the timer. Off we go into the mystery, right? Alright, so that's time. So if you feel like you've gone very deeply into yourself, take your time coming back before you open your eyes. If not, if you feel like you can hold the inner space and the outer space and just open your eyes, that's fine too. Okay, thanks very much for meditating with me. I'll see you tomorrow maybe for some more meditation. Bye.